Hi everyone, Martin here. Thank you very much for joining me on this another step on our vaping journey. E-liquid reviews coming up in this one. 4 e-liquids, in fact their entire range, for a company called Simple Vape. Now 2 years ago there was a large range of e-liquids to choose from, but certainly there is an awful lot more these days, and all these e-liquids are vying for our attention. They're due to be the next best thing. There's e-liquids that are being imported from the US. We have startups all over the place. Many of us find an e-liquid that we absolutely adore and we stick with it, and I think loyalty is very important. If you find an e-liquid and a brand that you really enjoy, the chances are that you're going to repurchase and be loyal to it. I'm very lucky. I've had the opportunity to try lots of different e-liquids. Some I've liked, some I've hated, some even haven't even been reviewed. I think you have to have 2 things now, not just a great e-liquid, but also a very good marketing strategy. And you need not a gimmick, but you need a whole branding around your e-liquids. I mean, take the 5 Pawns from the US. That one seems to have a cult following. The liquids are good and the whole branding is good as well. Suicide Bunny is another one. Digby's has been brilliant with the branding. So these have a branding that goes with them, as well as being great e-liquids. So when I was contacted by Simple Vape, Christian got in touch, said, would you mind reviewing our liquids? I was very excited because I took a look at the info that he sent me, and this is different. It has a branding to it. This is how they came. Okay, so we're looking at something that is quite minimalistic, quite well presented. In here is their whole range, 4 e-liquids, and this is what they call the sampler pack. 4 e-liquids. They're launching with just 4 e-liquids. I think that's rather brave, because if you don't find one of those 4 in there, you're going to move on, aren't you? So what I could do is sit here and tell you all the information, how it's made, who they are, the bottles, the sizes. But actually, when we go back to talking about branding and marketing, these guys sent me something that was very interesting to read and gave me all the information that I needed. So rather than look at my ugly face and just me repeat that verbatim, I've put together a little look at the literature that came with these e-liquids, and then once we've had a look at that, we'll get to trying them. The interesting thing is the literature and the marketing is very, very good, so they've got one part of it right. I wonder if the liquids are going to be. Let's take a little look at the whole brand, Simple Vape. So there you go, that was the marketing and the literature that came with these e-liquids. Pretty good, I'm sure you'll agree. They seem to have put some thought into it. Now they only have 4 e-liquids and they're called 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we're going to have a look inside this one first. I'll actually open this one up. This has Elderflower and Pear, which is their number 1 in 0 milligrams. So I've opened that up, but basically this is how your sampler pack, if you like, will come. Nicely protected, so in the mail, protected in that sort of cardboard tube, and then inside just all nicely wrapped up and sealed. So let's get this open and have a little look at what's inside. Very nicely presented. Wow, okay, interesting. Okay, bear with me a second. Now, this is a little bit different. Here are my 4 bottles, okay. So I have French tobacco, I've got English toffee and banana, we have elderflower and pear, and we have pink lady apple. So let's take a closer look at one of those in detail. Hopefully I'm not blocking the light too much. Let's try it that way round. You can see, you've seen in that literature that I showed you, but you can see there it's very nicely done, very different. And they've got these child proof, and they've got a tamper evident seal on them, because I tried it the other one. You really have to push them down and break the seal before you start to undo them. But 4 of these came with them as well. Now this is, I like this. This is different. Again, it's all to do with that marketing. I tell you what came with them. 4 of these. Here we go. They're like little pipettes. Because I don't think, well, we'll open one up in a second, I don't think these are going to have drippers. I'm actually going to open up the pink lady apple first. So I'll break that seal. You see, you think you've pressed down and broke the seal, but the top still doesn't come off. You literally, there's a little cracking noise. That's breaking the seal. There is, in fact, the tamper evident seal inside. So these have open tops. There is no dripping system or anything like that with these. Simple open top. And this is how, unless you decant them some other way, you will put your liquid. Brilliant for testing. Maybe not quite so easy for filling up an RDA, but you may do something different. Right, we're going to look. I should have done these in order. In fact, yes, I should do them in order. So let's close that one, and let's go to the pink. No, not the pink lady apple, the elderflower and pear. Okay, so this is like their number 1, if you like. They call it 1 elderflower and pear. So we'll start with that one. So that's in the order that I showed you on that video. So I need to really press down and break the seal before I'm there. It sort of cracks. You'll see these if you get these home. You really do have to break that inner seal, and then you still have the child safety cap to get past. So there we go. I like the bottles. I like the shape of the bottles. I like the labelling as well. It is, in fact, very simple. Now I've got these in 6 milligram. Oh my. That is elderflower and pear, combining classic English fruit and flora to evoke a refreshing taste of summer, handcrafted using elderflower extract and premium grade flavouring to deliver a delicately sweet yet long-lasting taste. Now, what I haven't told you yet, and I don't normally talk about pricing in reviews, but these are £9 for 10ml. I'm going to tell you that before I taste them, because if I really like them, I don't want you to be, oh, I must get some of that, and then see the price. I think you really do get what you pay for, and I promise you, hand on heart, that if these are not nice or not to my taste, I will tell you. I questioned the guys about the pricing. It's £9 for 10ml and £19 for 30ml, which I think is a bit more acceptable. And they are adamant that their liquids are fabulously made, flavour, tasting, and it's worth every single penny. So my job of the reviewer is now to put that to one side and tell you not whether they're worth the money, but whether these are good liquids or not. So I can smell pear. I'm not 100% sure I'd be able to pick out elderflower anyway, but I can smell pear, and there is a sort of, there is a florally taste to that. As for all my reviews, I'm using, actually today I'm using the iTaste MVP3, but I have the very Vicious Ant Cyclone dripper on the top, excuse me, with cotton wick, and I've got about a, I think it's a 1 ohm coil on there, so We're going to give this a little bit of a try now. I know you can't see, but I'm just going to wick this up. Oh, these little pipettes work really well. If you're somebody who's dripping, although where would you keep it if it's not actually in the top of the cap? But then this is advertised as a taster pack. Maybe they only send these out with the taster. I don't know. But they're very different, and they do actually work quite well. Right, so we're going to try Elderflower and Pear. Not a flavour that I would pick if I was given the choice. So let's give it a try, shall we? Elderflower and Pear. Now I'm at 18 watts, 1 ohm, so I'm vaping at around 4.2 volts. As you saw in the literature, they're a 60 PG 40 VG mix, and I'm very interested to see what they taste like. Wow. Well, the vapour production is ridiculous. Whoa. Oof. Vapour production is off the chart, as they say. Okay, I'm getting a bit of a lung tickle. The flavour of the vape isn't as floral and as sweet as I expected after smelling it. It's actually much nicer than that. Vapour is just phenomenal. The vapour from that. I can't taste pear and I can't taste elderflower. I've got a taste that's in the middle. So obviously that elderflower must be sort of getting into the pear somehow. To me, it's not fruity, and there is a really pleasant aftertaste. I don't think I've ever tasted anything quite like this. You can't just go, that's berries, or that's fruit, or that's pear. It has a very unusual blend to it, and actually on the exhale, to me, it's quite bitter, but it leaves you with a really nice aftertaste. And the important thing is, it's vaporable. If anything, it tastes a bit cidery. Now, I know there's not apple here, but it does taste a little bit cidery. Now, I don't drink, but if we go out for a meal, I will have a bottle of pear cider because I quite like pear cider. And I'm getting sort of that pear aftertaste, pear cidery aftertaste. It's very unusual. I can't fault the vapour production. That is, I think, the best vapour production I've had from this setup. And you can see that, I mean, I've had, what, 5 takes on it now, 5 draws on it. I'm not even close to getting a burnt taste yet, and we're fogged up in here. We'll have one more, because there's a lot to, well, there's 3 more to taste. I'm going to have to put that down to, they use the word refreshing in their description, and I guess that's what I would say. It is. It isn't a strong flavour or aroma of anything, but it is quite obviously what they say it is, and the only thing that I compare it to with my taste buds is the aftertaste of drinking a glass of pear cider. I hope that helps. I love the vapour production, and we're going to move on to Pink Lady Apple right now. Okay, so the next one is called Pink Lady Apple, and this is number 2 in their range. A crisp and lively apple flavour with abundant sweetness and hydrating undertones. Developed over time in our lab to recreate the satisfying crunch of an apple while pulling through into a deep fruity finish. We'll see, shall we? Okay, now I had opened this one if you've been watching from the start, so imagine that I've broken the seal. And that's an incredibly natural apple flavour. Now, I actually like Pink Lady apples. Golden Delicious I don't like. Granny Smith and Pink Lady apples, or Oh, I can't remember what they're called now. There's another reddish apple that I like. Anyway, is it Gala? I can't remember. But that has a real natural apple taste, aroma to it. So what we'll do is we'll get some of this straight onto, I've got the fresh coil in here, and we'll get some straight, or fresh wick I should say, and we'll get some straight on there. These little pipette things actually work really well. They're perfect for this. I should keep these and use them in juice reviews because they're spot on. Okay, so Pink Lady Apple. Let's see, I can still taste pear cider flavour. Okay, 18 watts, 4.2 volts, Pink Lady Apple. This is 6 milligram. Vapour production is second to none. I'm not sure. Bearing in mind this is a 60 PG 40 VG. It's blowing me away, the vapour production. Now then, I've tried apple vapes because I like apple, and they're always very, very chemically. You can taste that it's a fake apple flavour, if you like, and they're quite tart and what have you. I'm not sure I've ever tasted anything like this before. It tastes like a real apple. What you don't get is sharp flavours. This is lovely and smooth, and a lot of it is in the aftertaste as well. There's not really that much flavour on the inhale. You don't suddenly think, oh, apple on the inhale, and then on the exhale, like they say, it sort of pulls through. And there's a word in there that actually rings true with this: hydrating. It's hard to explain. In fact, I don't think I can put it into words. I have the taste in my mouth of having eaten an apple. That's the only way I can describe it. Also, it reminds me very much of, and again, unfortunately this isn't a real apple, this is apple flavouring, but Frutella sweets. Is it Frutella? Or is it Moam, M-A-O-W? M-A-O-M, I think it is, Moam. The chews that have the appley flavour, you get this really, almost very realistic apple flavour in your throat, and that's what I'm getting here. Okay, I don't like fruit flavours. You know that if you watch this channel on a regular basis. I'm a dessert vapor, but that is really, really nice. I'm shocked at the vapour production. I mean, I've got a window open here. It's quite a bright day, and it's absolutely fogged up. But I can happily vape that. Notice as well, I'm only using a few drops on my coil, and I'm getting 4 or 5, maybe 6. Deep draws, and it's not even close to a burnt hit, which is good. That means it's a good liquid. I prefer that over the Elderflower and Pear. I'll tell you that much now, because it is slightly sweeter. But I'm sitting here now with the taste of having eaten an apple. I've got no chemical taste. That's terrible English. I don't have any chemical taste. It's not an overpowering flavour or an overpowering aroma, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. I am very, very surprised at that. That is fabulous. Okay, I've given that a fair enough go. We've got 2 more to do. I shall clean out the wick, put a fresh wick in, and in fact I'm going to have my dinner in between and drink some water, clear down the palate, and I will be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, literally, with the next one. Right, we've had some lunch and we are ready to go. Now we're continuing with the next one, which is number 3, which is called the English Toffee and Banana. Now it changes to a black bottle with this one. Okay, so we go from the clear bottles to a black bottle. I presume that's because, I don't know, maybe it's because of dessert one, I don't know. They describe this as combining 2 time-honoured flavours to produce a distinctive nostalgic flavour. The taste experience begins with caramel and toffee flavour and develops into a fruity banana finish with subtle undertones of peanut throughout, developed over time and carefully crafted to give an authentic and warm flavour. Right, once again, I need to break the tamper evidence seal. You should see, I still can't undo it yet. So there you go, you probably heard it click then. That's done that. Then it will come undone. Now then, oh my, oh, banana peanut butter, that's what I smell, banana peanut butter. This is quite a clear liquid again. I've got a fresh cotton wick on my setup here, which of course is the, I can never remember even though I use it every single day. The Vicious Ant Cyclone mini dripper, this one, with a coil in there that's just about 1 ohm. Okay, we're set up. So English Toffee and Banana. Interesting. And we're just about ready to go. So I'm looking for quite a number of things in this one, I guess. Let's try it. Holy crap, that is fabulous. That's really, really nice. Okay, I'm not a fan of banana, and that doesn't come through to me on this. This is almost like a coffee-ish. It's the peanut that's making it taste like that, and like a bitter toffee. Whoa. Okay, I've got to try and describe this. This isn't sweet. There is a sort of a brown sugar caramel flavour to it. The peanut comes through really nicely, but mixed with that brown sugar, it almost tastes a little coffee-ish. And then finally, quite some time after you vaped on it, you get banana. And I'm getting a banana aroma in the room as well. That's very, very different. I've got to say, I can easily vape that one. Do you know what? I read the description and I thought, I'm not going to like it. It's going to just taste banana with a bit of vanilla or caramelly type. Nothing like that at all. The banana takes a real back seat on this one. Excuse me. I've been having my dinner. That's... Very, very, very nice, that is. I thought the apple was good, but that's number 1 at the moment, and that is really, really unusual. There is no harshness to it. There's no real painful sort of lung tickle with these lung inhales, and it's just, it's like a lot of your favourite things all blended together. That has to be taste to experienced. I think that is really, really different. If you like desserts, this definitely goes in a dessert list. I wouldn't say that I can taste, I wouldn't say that I can pick those flavours out, as in, oh yeah, there's caramel, oh, there's banana. No, I can taste the peanut, Definitely taste the peanut, but the other things that are in there have been blended really, really well. And talking now, I've still got this sort of peanutty flavour, which tastes a little coffee-ish to me, but also just a very, very natural banana flavour. But it is very small, the banana. To me, the banana flavour is not the main flavour in here. It's more the peanut flavour, and I'm going to have one more go with that. And you can see I've taken 4 or 5, maybe even 6 big hits from just a few drops of this. So this liquid goes a long way by the look of it. Okay, that is one to be vaped. Okay, we need to move on to the next one. So I'm going to clean that out, make sure we're ready to go, fresh wick and everything. And I'll see you when I've done that. Still got a fantastic aftertaste from the toffee, English toffee and banana. Now the last one in the selection is called French tobacco. The description is a warm and rich flavour full of texture with nutty undertones and hints of chocolate, caramel and mild spice, developed with the help of expert tobacconists to deliver a strong sense of flavour and a satisfying draw, steep for longer to instill extra body and a long-lasting taste. Now, I'm not a fan of tobacco, you know that. I have tried a few liquids that have a tobacco undertone, and I have quite liked them. Now, interestingly, this one has one of those drip tops on it, which I am going to remove straight away. Interesting. Come out, there we go. We'll get rid of that. Okay. So, I'm hoping that this is going to be a tobacco that I enjoy. It's an absolute tobacco aroma, but it does smell, it's difficult to explain, that is. Sometimes when you take the lid off or the top off a bottle of tobacco flavoured e-liquid, it's like, oh, it smells a bit like an ashtray. This one doesn't. In fact, I could almost say that I can smell some chocolate in here. Okay, we need to try this one, so let's get on with that right now. It's quite a darker liquid, this one. You can see it in the ball of the thing there, so let's give this a try. Try not to spill it everywhere. Just bear with me as I make sure there is plenty. Okay, let's give French tobacco a try. I wouldn't buy it based on the description, but I'm hoping to have my mind changed right now. Here we go. I expected that to rip out my lungs. There is none of that. That is freaking delicious. I can smell chocolate. It doesn't have, whoa. I'm lost for words, and I can't be. I need to explain this. This is, I've not smoked for coming up to 18 months. I've almost forgotten what smoking tastes like. I remember the horrible smell, and I remember well, it wasn't horrible at the time, was it? But it is now when you smell it. I remember the ashtray taste in your mouth. Jesus, this is I can take... Sorry, terrible review, but that is fantastic. Stay on there, don't fall off. I've got to put some more of that on. Bet you never thought you'd see me put more tobacco on a... I can't tell you whether it's authentic. All I can tell you is the flavours that I'm getting, which is warm, incredibly rich, a wonderful aroma, no harsh tobacco taste. There is definitely some sort of chocolate in there, but it doesn't come through like a chocolate orange flavour. Whoa. Settle down. There we go. Sorry about that. My coil was jumping around a little bit. Probably just dislodged it slightly. That's fine now. There is a unique aroma or flavour in there on the exhale, which must be the mild spice. It's like a tiny, tiny, tiny florally flavour, which immediately converts into this lovely, rich, well, chocolatey caramel tobacco flavour. Look, I hate tobacco vapes, not anymore. That is absolutely stunning. I can quite honestly say I have never tasted anything like that, and I apologise for making you sit here and watch me vape. It's actually frozen the monitor on my camera because of the smoke. The vapour. The camera couldn't deal with it. I am very excited about that e-liquid. Wow. Okay, we need to be doing some sensible reviewing here. That's the closest I've ever come to a satisfying tobacco flavoured vape. I'm dropping everything now. Okay, let's review this, shall we? When they got in touch with me and told me that, or asked me to review the e-liquids, as always, I asked them a few questions, and the answers I got were very, very exciting to me. The fact that these were unusual flavours. When the literature came, I thought, this is so well produced and so well presented. This looks fantastic. Then I saw the price of the e-liquids, £9 for 10 millilitre of e-liquids. I thought was too much. I have had my mind slightly changed. I personally would buy these in 30ml bottles for £19. Are they worth £9 for 10ml? 3 of them are. 3 of them definitely are. No. I'm going to say 2 of them are. I'm going to say that the Pink Lady and the French Tobacco are definitely worth the money. They are 2 of the nicest, most natural flavoured vapes I've ever tasted. The Toffee and Banana is very, very different. I personally, I wouldn't buy it, and the Elderflower and Pear is very different, and I like it, but I wouldn't go, right, I've got to have that. That's the first on my list to order when I get paid. Out of all of them, I'm going to encourage you to try the French Tobacco. I can't believe I'm saying that. I know there's a lot of you out there that like your tobacco flavours and your tobacco vapes, and you've been hunting for a good tobacco vape. So you're going to have to take my recommendation for somebody who doesn't like tobacco vapes or tobacco flavours. That is outstanding. Outstanding. Just outstanding. Wow. Okay, Now, I have got a 30ml bottle of the Elderflower and Pear, which I'm going to give away in a competition when the current competition has finished. And I'll do that courtesy of Simple Vape. You need to check these guys out. I've got lots of e-liquids that come through all the time. I'm waiting for some new from the George Noble range from the States. Some of the e-liquids, as I said, don't even get to the review stage because they just... I want to try and bring you things that are slightly different and slightly more attractive. I actually don't think... I know for a lot of you, you'll go, yeah, well, you got them for free, but I'm going to buy... I will buy the French tobacco without doubt. And I'm lucky enough, I'm very lucky, and a massive thank you to Simple Vape for giving me the opportunity to try them. I don't think I've been as excited about an e-liquid range since I discovered Digby's. Now, nothing's ever going to beat my mum's custard and my Oriental Plunder, my all-day vapes. But you're not going to believe this, but the French tobacco is the third best liquid I've tried for a very, very long time. I just can't get over that. And the Pink Lady Apple is the best apple type fruit vape. It's so refreshing that I've ever tried. The Toffee and English Toffee and Banana is very different, and it's trying to be different to many that are out there, and it is different, and I haven't quite made my mind up on that one. It didn't instantly go, I love this. And the Elderflower and Pear, if you like the taste of pear drops without the horrible chemically pear flavour, that would be a good one to try. Listen, this review's gone on too long, as always. I have to say I went into it with a little bit of tunnel vision. I was worried about presenting e-liquids to you that would cost £9 for 10 millilitres. 30 millilitres, £19, that's a lot better. Try the French tobacco. And if you're going to push the boat out, try the Pink Lady Apple. I never thought the day would come when I said I particularly like one that has got even tobacco in the name. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you found something interesting in this. I do hope you try them. Give the Simple Vape website a look. See what you think. I'm not sure whether maybe they should do maybe smaller samples. I don't know. But I think it's one of those e-liquids, especially that French tobacco, that if you're willing to give it a try, I think you'll find something that you can vape all the time. That's all I can say. I really am shocked, genuinely shocked of how much I like that. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and stay tuned. I will see you in the very next video.